Hello, boys and girls. Today is Tuesday, April 7th, 2020. Look at my little flower headbands. I hope you guys enjoy them. So for today, you're going to need your pencil, your journal paper. Let me show it to you guys. Journal paper. And you're also going to need your Wit and Wisdom packet. Okay? And like always, I'm going to post our Wednesday challenge. I know you guys have the virtual week going on, so this is an option if you guys want to go ahead and add it. It is post a picture of you wearing your favorite socks. Okay, and for today's voice level, let's just do a regular table talk. I will be asking some questions, so I would like for you guys to participate, okay? Let's get started. Boys and girls, what lesson are we doing today? Get ready. 22, yes. And we're starting a new story. Let's see what it is. Okay, so for our focusing question for this book, it is, why do people admire Adelita and Pear Blossom? Let's read our content framing question. Remember, that is the question that we need to answer by the end of today. So let's echo read. Get ready. What do I notice and wonder about the Korean Cinderella? Yes, the Korean Cinderella. Awesome. And then we have our craft question. Remember, our craft question is our writing question, and that is, how does adding relevant details when speaking work? So we'll go ahead and do that later on in the lesson. All right, boys and girls, so let's take a look at the world map to review the different places we visited through our different versions of Cinderella stories. You guys see there on the slideshow, we have all the different Cinderella stories that we read so far. Now let's look at the places where they've taken place. So Cinderella took place in France. Cinderillion took place in the West Indies. We've also been to shore of Lake Ontario with the rough-faced girl. Bigfoot Cinderella was in the Pacific Northwest region. Adelita was in Mexico. And today's story it's set in Korea. Everybody say Korea. Korea, yes. So the word Korean describes someone or something from Korea. And if you guys can see Korea, that is in our little star there on the map, all across the world from us. So it's in the other side of the world, okay? So here are some photos of Korea, just what it looks like, the buildings that they have there, the streets at night. Kind of reminds me like of New York with all the lights in the street, right? They have beautiful buildings. And that picture right there, boys and girls, it's a picture of a pear blossom, okay? So I think I heard pear blossoms in our content question. So pear blossom, it's that type of flower that you see there. So our focusing question, it says, why do people admire Adelita and pear blossom? I wonder if pear blossom is going to be the flowers that we just saw or something else. Think, who or what do you think pear blossom may be? I'll give you a couple of seconds to think about it. Let's find out. Okay, so I will read aloud the text, but first you're going to notice and wonder about the cover of the book, The Korean Cinderella. So before we discuss our notices and wonders, let's review our speaking and listening charts. So as we see, we're going to echo read our new speaking goal, which is at the very bottom. It says, let's echo read, speak to add relevant details. Yes, good job, boys and girls. Speak to add relevant details. Okay? So at this time, get out your journal paper. Looks like this. You can go ahead and pause the video while you get your items ready. And you're going to write first name, last name. So first name, last name, and the date. Okay? And you're going to do one notice and one wonder. So let's go ahead and do the notice first. So you're going to write, I noticed, and then you're going to finish your sentence with something that you notice about the cover page. Okay? You can press pause and finish your sentence. And then when you are done, go ahead and press play. Now, you're going to do the I wonder. I wonder, what do you wonder about the cover? Go ahead and press pause, finish your sentence, and then press play again. Okay? So, all right, boys and girls, now that you finished your notice and wonder for the cover, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to, wherever you wrote, so for example, if you guys wrote your I notice, I wonder. So if you guys wrote your I notice and I wonder, don't start a new page. Just go ahead and, sorry, let me see if I can. Yes, right there. Go ahead and make a line. And then you're going to start, you're going to start your T-chart under there. So make your T-chart and then write notice and wonder. So you can go ahead and press pause on the video again so you guys can go ahead and make this T-chart, and when you're ready, go ahead and press play again. Okay, so listen to read aloud the text without any interruptions. As you hear the story, I want you to write down what you notice. What are you going to do when I press play for the story? You're going to write only what you notice. You're not going to do the wonder yet. Are you going to do the wonder? No, only what you notice. Okay? So make sure you're writing down things that you notice as we listen to the story.
Stepped into the kitchen. Too cold, she grumbled.
Oops.
By Shirley Clymer, illustrated by Ruth Keller.
Remember, you should be writing things that you notice.
Long ago in Korea, when magical creatures were as common as cabbages, there lived an old gentleman and his wife. For years they longed for a child to share their tile-roofed cottage. At last, a daughter was born. Good fortune, the old man exclaimed. I'll plant a pear tree in the courtyard to celebrate this day. And Pear Blossom will be our daughter's name, the old woman added. Both the tree and the child grew lovelier with each passing season. In spring, white flowers frosted the tree, and Pear Blossom wore a white ribbon on her long black braid. In summer, when the tree bent with ripening fruit, Pear Blossom's mother wove a band of rosy gold into her hair. In the autumn, when leaves from the tree blew about the courtyard like scraps of sunshine, her mother dressed Pear Blossom in a yellow gown. But one winter day, when the branches on the pear tree were still bare sticks, the old woman died. I go, wailed the old man. Who will tend Pear Blossom now? He put on his tall horsehair hat and went to the village matchmaker. She knew of a widow with a daughter. The girl named Peony was just the age of Pear Blossom. 3 in 1, promised the matchmaker. A wife for you and a mother and a sister for Pear Blossom. So the old gentleman took the widow for his wife. Although Pear Blossom called the woman Omani, or mother, she was far from motherly, and Peony was worse than no sister at all. Omani found fault as soon as she stepped into the kitchen. "Too cold," she grumbled. "The fire's gone out. Fetch wood, Pear Blossom. Be quick." Pear Blossom gathered sticks and fed the stove until the lid on the kettle danced from the steam. "Too hot," her stepmother scolded then. "The noodles are scorching. Get water, Pear Blossom. Be quick." Both Omani and Peony were jealous of Pear Blossom, and the harder she worked, the happier they were. Each day Pear Blossom was up before the sun. She cooked and cleaned until midnight with only the crickets for company.
Should be writing your notices, boys and girls. Look at the illustrations there. What do you guys notice?
Each year was worse than the one before, for her father grew too feeble to pay attention to Pear Blossom's troubles. Omani dressed Pear Blossom in rags and tied her shiny braid with a twist of rope. And now she and Peony addressed her only as Little Pig or Pigling. "Pigling has a pigtail," jeered Peony, but nothing could hide Pear Blossom's beauty. At night Omani lay sleepless, searching for an excuse to get rid of her stepdaughter. One morning she told Pear Blossom, "The water jar by the door needs filling." "It leaks, Omani," Pear Blossom replied, "for it has a hole the size of an onion." "Stubborn little pigs get tied up and taken to market," warned her stepmother. "Fill that jar." Then Omani and Peony marched through the courtyard gate, locking it behind them. Pear Blossom leaned against the tall jar. "Will none in this world help me?" she asked. "Jug, jug, jugful," rumbled a hoarse voice. "A Togabi!" Pear Blossom gasped. "A goblin! What if a Togabi goblin were hiding in the jar?" Fearfully, she stood on tiptoe and peered inside. A gigantic frog with bulging eyes stared back. "Jugful," it croaked again, and squeezed itself like a stopper into the hole in the jar. "As you wish," agreed Pear Blossom. For frog or goblin, it was best to do its bidding. She hurried to the well and drew a jugful of water. When she poured it into the jar, not a drop leaked out. When Omani and Peony returned, they found Pear Blossom resting beside the jar. "So," Omani shrilled, "off to market, little pig." "But, Omani, the jar is full," Pear Blossom protested. "A frog helped me." "Trickery!" snapped her stepmother, but she muttered to Peony, "A magic frog. Look inside that jar." Peony hung over the rim, but saw only her own scowling face. All of a sudden the jar tipped. A flood of water soaked Peony from head to toes. "Pigling's to blame!" she howled. "Some day Little Pig will get what she deserves," Omani declared. She made Pear Blossom crawl through the puddles, licking up the water. The next morning Omani scattered a huge sack of rice around the courtyard. "Haul this rice, Little Pig," she ordered. "Polish every grain, or else," she shook the empty bag, "you'll be put in this sack and sent to China." Then Omani and Peony left for the village. Rice covered the ground like sand beside the sea. Pear Blossom threw her arms around the pear tree and asked, "Will none in this world help me?" Wings whirred overhead and a flock of sparrows flew out of the tree. "Cheer, cheer, cheer," the sparrows called to Pear Blossom. They pecked at the rice, separating husk from kernel. In a matter of minutes the sparrows had polished the rice and piled it in a corner. When Omani came back, she found Pear Blossom nodding beneath the tree. "Off to China," her stepmother began, and then caught sight of the mound of rice. "How can this be?" she demanded. Pear Blossom rubbed her eyes. "Sparrows flew out of the tree and polished the rice." "Birds don't hoe rice," scoffed Omani. "They eat it." But to Peony she whispered, "It's magic that's flying about. Catch them." She pushed Peony beneath the pear tree. At once the cloud of sparrows swooped down. "Cheep, cheep, cheep!" They chattered at Peony. They pecked at her, tearing her jacket. They perched on her head, pulling her hair. "Piglings to blame!" Peony bawled. "Some day, little pig, will get what she deserves," Omani threatened. She did not give Pear Blossom anything to eat. Not that day, or the next. Not so much as a kernel of rice. Pear Blossom had food to fix nevertheless. The village was having a festival, and she had to pack picnic hampers of dried fish and pickled cabbage for her stepmother. She also sewed a dress of pink silk for her stepsister. When festival day came, Peony mocked Pear Blossom, calling her dirty piglet stay-at-home. "Pigling may go," said Omani in a voice as sweet as barley sugar. "After she weeds the rice paddies." She handed Pear Blossom a basket of wilted turnip tops. "Here is Pigling's picnic." "I am most grateful, honorable mother," said Pear Blossom. When she reached the fields, Pear Blossom dropped the basket in dismay. Rice rippled beneath her like a great green lake. Weeding it would take weeks. Who could do such a task? She asked. Suddenly a whirlwind twisted through the fields, and a huge black ox reared up from a cloud of dust. "Doo!" it bellowed, tossing its great horns. The ox began to munch the weeds, moving through the rows of rice faster than the wind itself. Each mouthful brought it closer to Pear Blossom. Even though she hid her face in her hands, she heard the crunch of its teeth and felt the beast's warm breath on her neck. At last she dared to peek between her fingers. Both ox and weeds were gone. Hoof prints big as cartwheels poked the field, yet not a single blade of rice was trampled. And when Pear Blossom looked in her basket, she found fruit and honey candy instead of turnips. She bowed, then cupped her hands and called, "1,000 thanks!" Pear Blossom hastened to the village festival. The road, which followed a crooked stream, was rough with pebbles. Pear Blossom had just slipped off one straw sandal to shake out a stone when she heard a shout. Make way for the magistrate!" 4 bearers, a palanquin swaying on poles across their shoulders, jogged toward her. In the chair sat a young nobleman dressed in rich robes and wearing a jade jewel in his top knot. Flustered, Pear Blossom teetered on one leg like a crane, holding her straw sandal. Her cheeks grew hot as red peppers, and she hopped behind a willow tree that grew beside the stream. As she did, her sandal splashed into the water and bobbed like a small boat, just out of reach. "Stop!" commanded the magistrate from his palanquin. He was calling to his bearers, but Pear Blossom thought he was shouting at her, and frightened, she fled down the road. The magistrate gazed after Pear Blossom, struck by her beauty. Then he ordered his men to fish her sandal from the stream, to carry him back to the village. At the festival, Pear Blossom forgot about her missing shoe. She watched the acrobats and tightrope walkers until she was dizzy. She listened to the flutes and drums until her ears rang. She nibbled on treats until her basket was almost empty. She was peeling the last orange when Omani and Peony came upon her. "Little pig!" screamed her grandmother. "What are you doing here?" "I'm here because a great black ox ate all the weeds in the rice paddy," said Pear Blossom. "The same ox that gave me this orange." "Black ox indeed!" Omani snorted. "Oxen are brown. You stole that fruit." She was interrupted by the magistrate's bearers. "Hear this!" they shouted as they elbowed the palanquin through the crowd. "We seek the girl with one shoe." "It's Pigling!" Peony pointed at her sister. "She's lost her shoe." The bearers put the chair down beside Pear Blossom, and the nobleman held up the straw sandal. "The magistrate has come to arrest you for stealing." Omani shook her Pear Blossom. "Now you'll get what you deserve." "Then she must deserve me as her husband," said the magistrate, "for this lucky shoe has led me to her." "Another of Pigling's magic tricks," hissed Omani, pulling Peony to the palanquin. "My daughter will give you 2 shoes. That is twice as lucky." The magistrate looked at Omani as if she had lost her wits. Then he turned to Pear Blossom and said, "I've luck enough if she wears this one. If she who wears this one becomes my bride." Pear Blossom smiled, too shy to speak, and slipped the sandal on her foot. Omani stood staring, stiff as a clay statue. But Peony ran straight to the rice fields to find the magic ox. All she saw was a glimpse of its hoofs as it galloped away. When springtime came, the magistrate sent a go-between to Pear Blossom's old father to arrange a grand marriage. Pear Blossom's wedding slippers were of silk, and in the country yard of her splendid new house a dozen pear trees bloomed. "Eewaha, Eewaha, chirped the sparrows in the branches. "Eewa," croaked the giant frog down below. That is as it was long ago, and as it should be, for in Korean, "Eewa" means pear blossom.
All right, boys and girls, so I hope you guys wrote your notice because there's a lot of things going on in that book, okay? So now, relevant, remember relevant means an important detail about the story. For example, relevant information would be like the characters, the settings. So look for connections and think about if anything in this text reminded you of any of our past Module 4 texts. So does it remind you of any other Cinderella story? The Lost Shoe, Magic, Stepmother, Stepsister. Yes, Mary's at the end. Good, boys and girls, making those connections. Now that you have noticed details about the text, you will wonder about the text through generating your own questions. And how do we do that? By using our Wonder Wheel. Tell me the Wonder Wheel words. Get ready. Who, what, when, where, why, how. Remember, when you're asking a question, you have to start with one of these words, okay? So at this time, you can press pause and you can take as long as you need to write one question on your wonder. So you're going to write one question. What do you wonder about Pear Blossom? Pause the PowerPoint so you can write your question, and when you're done, go ahead and press play. Okay? So in this next part of our lesson, you will work as a word detective. I will read aloud a part from the book to determine the meaning of an unknown word. So be ready to be word detectives. Listen as I read the unknown word in the following sentence. Then she must deserve me as her husband, said the magistrate, for this lucky shoe has led me to her. So what do you think deserve means? Then she must deserve me as a husband. Yes, deserve means to get or to earn. Then she must earn me as a husband. Remember, when we find a word, the definition, we plug it into the sentence to see if it makes sense. Okay, so yes, deserve means to get or earn. Good job, boys and girls, being word detectives today, because you're so smart. So today's content framing question was, what do I notice and wonder about the Korean Cinderella? Did we notice? Yes. Did you wonder? Yes. So did we answer content framing question? Yes. Good job, boys and girls. 3 snaps. Get ready. 1, 2, 3. Awesome job, boys and girls. Woo! We did it. All right. Now, before we because we're going to have a little test on vocabulary words, we're going to review them. So let's review scoured. Everybody say scoured. Yes. Scoured means to clean by rubbing it hard. Okay? Creature. What word? Creature means an animal or a person. Forgiving. What word? Yes, forgiving means willing to forgive. Admire. What word? Admire means to look up to someone. So someone you look up to. Gasp. What word? Yes, it means to inhale suddenly with mouth open, like an astonishment, like you're surprised, you gasp. Next word, clothing. What word? So clothing is what people wear. Invisible. What word? Cannot be seen. So when you're invisible, people cannot see you. And the last word is honest. What word? Honest means always says the truth. So when you're honest, you always say the truth and you always do what is right. Okay? You can always come back to this page when we do our vocabulary assessment. So just remember the words. So at this time, go ahead and get out your handout 22. It should look like the one in the PowerPoint. Okay? And you're going to listen and follow along as I read the sentences so that you can be able to fill in the blanks. So here we go. Go ahead and write your first name, last name, and date. You can go ahead and press pause when you do that and then press play when you're ready. So I'll read the sentences and then you're going to fill in the blank. Get ready? Mom blanks the pots and pans. Think about it for a minute. What word goes in the blank? Get ready? Scoured. Write it. And remember, you can always press pause or put the video on pause so you guys can be able to catch up with me. Okay? Next sentence. It's number 2. I blank her for being honest. Let's go ahead and scratch out scoured because we already used that word. So again, I blank her for being honest. Which word can we use? Get ready. Admire. Yes, I admire her for being honest. Let's go ahead and scratch off admire. Okay, number 3. My sister gave a loud blank when she saw the mouse. What word goes in the blank? Get ready. Gasp. My sister gave a loud gasp when she saw the mouse. Let's go ahead and scratch out gasp. Number 4. Get ready. Mike was blank about breaking the vase. What word goes in the blank? Get ready. Honest. Mike was honest about breaking the vase. Scratch it off. Remember, boys and girls, you can press pause at any time to catch up with me, okay? Number 5, it says, I saw a strange blank in the bushes. Which word goes in the blank? Get ready. Creature. I saw a strange creature in the bushes. Scratch off creature. Number 6. Dad might not be so blank if I tell a lie again. What word goes in the blank? Get ready. Forgiving. Yes. Dad might not be so forgiving if I tell a lie again. And last one, number 7. Get ready. They didn't see her standing there as if she was blank. They didn't see her standing there. So what word goes in the blank? Get ready. Invisible. Yes. Right, invisible. Good job, boys and girls. Now, it's time for your test. Okay? So, go ahead and get out your vocabulary assessment. It should look like the one on the screen. And that is also going to be your exit ticket. You're going to have to take a picture of that and send it to me. Okay? So, we're going to do the example first. Okay? I'm going to read a sentence and then you are going to answer yes or no. So if you see a happy face, that is yes. If the answer is no, then you're going to color this sad apple. Okay? So let's practice with the example. Let's all do it together. But before we start, I'm going to give you a couple minutes to write your name, last name, and date. Remember, you can press pause on the video to complete your heading. Then press play when you are ready. So let's go ahead and do the example. The example says, can you wear, the word is clothing. What word? Here we go. Can you wear a piece of clothing? Can you wear a piece of clothing? Yes, so we would color in our happy face, okay? That is what you're gonna do for the rest of the questions, okay? Listen carefully to the question. And if you need to hear the question again, you can press back in the video. You can go back a couple of seconds, or you can press pause after every number. Okay, number 1. We're number 1. It says, the word is admire. Do you admire someone who is not nice? You should be coloring one of the two. Number 2, the word is invisible. What word? Listen to the sentence. Is the air invisible? Number 3, the word is forgiving. What word? Can a friend be forgiving? Number 4, the word is gasp. What word? Can you gasp with your mouth closed? Here's the next one. Honest. What word? Are you honest when you tell the truth? Number 6, the word is scoured. What word? Can a banana be scoured? Number 7, the word is creature. What word? Is a bird a creature? Number 8, invisible. What word? Is your school invisible? Color in your answer. Number 9, scoured. What word? Can a pot be scoured? Number 10, the word is admire. What word? Do you admire someone who is hardworking? Number 11, gasp. What word? Do you gasp when you are surprised? Number 12, I'm going to move it up a little bit. Forgiving. What word? Can a bed be forgiving? Number 13, honest. What word? Is it honest to lie? Number 14, creature. What word? Is a bathtub a creature? All right, boys and girls. So that was the end of your vocabulary assessment. Make sure that you guys take a picture and you upload that into our Wit and Wisdom assignments tab, and it should say there, exit ticket, vocabulary assessment 4720. So it should also have today's date, okay? Take a picture. Don't forget to have your name and date, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.